chain reaction of destabilized Kinesium, which explains why the Kinesium in your head reacted in the mines. Dr. Prism would never in a million years want to destroy the... Wait, did you hear that? Probably just the wind. Underwater wind. Yes, anyway, grab the... No, there it is again.
That last blast alerted Zor's lab security. Stay calm. Maybe she won't see you. Okay, she saw you. I have no further recommendations.
Agent, I have zero experience dealing with giant security squids, but you're safe in the lab. It can't get you in there. The incoming capsule has your next mission. When's the last time you wore a wetsuit?
So, Dr. Prism, I understand you wish to discuss agent efficiency with me.
Yes, Director. Agent mortality rate is understandably high due to the nature of their work. I believe I can create an agent that does all the work with half the deaths.
I see. And is this work for the agents, or is it for you?
What does that mean?
The bear that eats the honey soon finds its belly capable of holding the hive.
That doesn't help me.
You have my approval to pursue this artificial agent, Dr. Prism. Just remember why the wind blows.
We'll need some time to find the location of Dr. Prism's factory from that robot. In the meantime, you don't get to rest. I looked into your blackout in the mines, and we actually had an agent experience a similar blackout a couple months ago during a deep-sea mission off the coast of New Zealand. I scouted the location and found an underwater lab nearby. Your mission is to infiltrate that lab and see if Kinesium is being used. And if it is, well, you know what we do to places with Kinesium. Well, this is definitely a Zoraxis lab, but there's not a robot to be seen. I wonder if Dr. Prism even knows about this place. She and Zor are working with Kinesium and robots, but there may be more happening with Kinesium than we realize. Let's start by getting the power back on.
Poison gas trap activated.
Zor may be doing more with Kanisum here than we realized. Let's start by getting the power back on.
I must admit Dr. Prism's research is quite valuable. Exposing Kanisum to extreme heat destabilizes it and causes an explosive result. Prism should have already weaponized this. The prototype requires precise setup to prevent immediate explosion, but I've found the right timing. Soon, we won't need Prism at all. Zor has taken Prism's admittedly extensive research on Kanisum and created something she never could have fathomed. We'll be protected when the time comes. I can't say the same for Prism and the agency. Oops.
Poison gas trap activated.
Hey, I'm venting the gas from your room, sorry. Zraxis onboarding is tough. I was beginning to think my replacement wasn't coming, but Zor said, Ollie, stay here until someone else shows up, and don't let Prism in. And that's what I did. Well, let's get you familiar with the Kanisum experiments. Just let me know the encoded experiment name, and I'll get you your supplies.
Did that helpful fellow say Prism isn't allowed in this lab? So Zor is experimenting with Kanisum behind her back. Work with Ollie to figure out what's going on down here.
I had orders to incinerate the burn materials, which is ironic, but not helpful. I'll send over what's left. I sure am glad you're here. I ran out of food 3 days ago. Even the squid was starting to look tasty.
Yes, that's the button to the door you pried open on your way in. Next time, perhaps we find the door button first.
Poison gas trap activated.
Hey, I'm venting the gas from your room, sorry. Zerexis onboarding is tough. I was beginning to think my replacement wasn't coming, but Zor said, Ollie, stay here until someone else shows up, and don't let Prism in. And that's what I did. Well, let's get you familiar with the Kanisum experiments. Just let me know the encoded experiment name, and I'll get you your supplies.
Work with Ollie to figure out what's going on down here.
I had orders to incinerate the burn materials, which is ironic, but not helpful. I'll send over what's left. I sure am glad you're here. I ran out of food 3 days ago. Even the squid was starting to look tasty. Oh, I need to tell you about the grenade and the vending machine. A little security measure. Whew, glad I warned you about that.
Your expert manipulation of numbers seems to have activated that machine, and it has a canister of Kanisum in it. Let's see how it fits with the rest of the experiments happening here.
Brim is one of my all-time favorites. Here you go. Oh, I'm glad you're not that Dr. Prism. She seems nice enough, but Zor sure doesn't want her knowing about this place.
Some sort of shield around the lab. It must protect from the destabilized Kanisum. Let's try another experiment.
Xerexis ID. Just send it to me so I can finally go to the surface and get some grub.
Great decoding work, Agent, but we don't have a Xerexis ID. You'll have to convince Ollie you don't need one.
Still waiting on those credentials. And if you don't mind hurrying, I think I may literally be starving to death. Still waiting on those credentials. And if you don't mind hurrying, I think I may literally be starving to death. Xerexis employee I've ever met. Give me a moment to check out your request. That's a very nice code, but I don't have any supplies for it. Just moved the Kaboom experiment to a new location. I hope Zor is planning on using this experiment to help people. I signed on to Xerexis to do some good in the world. Anyway, you can still test the prototype with this punch card.
If you're listening to us, it means you survived our last
was Zor, and it was addressed to you. What did Zor mean about an end planned for Prism? I don't like this. Tread carefully, Agent. Is a lot of Kinesium. What is Zor planning with all that Kinesium that Dr. Prism couldn't know about? Destabilized Kinesium is causing a chain reaction. See if that chain can reach that big one in the back. Destabilized Kinesium, which explains why the Kinesium in your head reacted in the mines. Dr. Prism would never in a million years want to destroy the... Wait, did you hear that? Probably just the wind. Underwater wind. Yes, anyway, grab the... No, there it is again.
That last blast alerted Zor's lab security. Stay calm. Maybe she won't see you. Okay, she saw you. I have no further recommendations.
Agent, I have zero experience dealing with giant security squids, but you're safe in the lab. It can't get you in there. It can get you in there. Nowhere is safe. Good use of it all. And you broke the shackle off that tentacle.
She's being controlled. It's not her fault.
Well done. The squid's turned its murderous attention to the pipes. There has to be a way to scare it off. giant squids, and I don't, that explosion should do the trick.
Maybe now's not the best time. Focus on the squid outside your window. I don't think we have time to chat. A nice shot, but those charges just make her angry. Nothing will stop her as long as she's under Zor's control.
It has more tentacles than I can count! And look, another shackle!
That's not a bad idea. Activating transport link now.
That did it! Ha! Good work, Agent. And good riddance.
Oh, I'm gonna miss her. But I'm glad she's free now. And hey, she activated the emergency protocol, which means my escape pod is open. After all this time, I can finally leave. I can't thank you enough.
Welcome to our state-of-the-art Zoraxis escape pod.
Oh, this pod seems very safe. Take it easy, whoever you are, and thanks again. I hope I see you again someday.
Well, another successful mission where we both stayed very composed and professional the entire time. I think we deserve a... Good God, the giant squid is back!
Structural integrity failing. If this is an emergency, please stay calm. Window breach detected. 10, 9,
I'm putting on my wetsuit, Agent. I'm coming.
7,
I'll save you.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Window breach.
Hold your breath, Agent. If your lungs fill with water, you'll die. That was the last shackle. Have you finally freed it from Zoa's mind control? And I was halfway into my wetsuit, I swear. I'm sending someone to pick you up. Better grab that shield generator. I have a feeling you're going to need... It's clear Zor has been working with destabilized Kanisum behind Prism's back. But to what end? We'll look into that shield generator you took and see if we can make it work for us. I hope Ollie made it out, and I hope that squid left, never to return. I hope a lot of things.